Kemi Badenoch unveils plan to curb NHS doctor strikes if Conservatives return to power. Kemi Badenoch, leader of the Conservative Party, has announced that her party would ban all NHS doctors from going on strike if returned to power. The proposed policy includes introducing new legislation to enforce minimum service levels across the healthcare sector, effectively restricting doctors' ability to take industrial action. Doctors would be placed under the same legal obligations as police officers and members of the armed forces, who are currently prohibited from striking in the UK. This announcement comes as resident doctors, formerly known as junior doctors, began a 5-day strike following the breakdown of negotiations between the government and the British Medical Association, BMA, over pay. The strike is part of a broader series of actions aimed at securing better compensation for doctors. Although the previous Conservative government passed a law requiring minimum service levels in key sectors, including parts of the health service, it did not extend those rules to doctors. At present, doctors in the UK have the same legal right to strike as other employees in both the public and private sectors. The BMA argues that even after an average pay rise of 5.4% this year, and a cumulative increase of 22% over the past 2 years, doctors' pay has still fallen by about 20% in real terms since 2008, once inflation is taken into account. The union is calling for a further 26% pay increase to fully restore real terms earnings. Badenoch criticized the BMA, accusing the union of becoming increasingly militant. She pointed out that the pay increases doctors have already received are higher than those in most other professions. She said that medicine is not just a job, it's a vocation, and argued that the government's offer had been fair to doctors while also protecting taxpayers' money. She added that the Conservatives would intervene with what she described as common sense measures to protect patients and ensure the NHS remains functional. She stated that the party's actions were in the national interest, and that the government would stand firm against the BMA in order to safeguard the public and the healthcare system. Ahead of the strike, Health Secretary Wes Streeting stated that the government would not allow the BMA to hold the country to ransom, and said efforts would be made to minimise disruption to NHS services. NHS England instructed hospitals to only cancel non-urgent procedures in exceptional cases. While no official data has been released yet on the full impact of the strike, some hospitals reported maintaining over 80% of non-urgent services, thanks to senior doctors stepping in. Nevertheless, some patients told the BBC that operations scheduled during the strike period had been delayed or cancelled. The Conservative Party claims that its proposed changes would bring the UK into alignment with other countries such as Australia and Canada, where stricter controls are in place for health sector strikes. Similarly, countries like Greece, Italy, and Portugal have laws ensuring that minimum service levels are maintained even during industrial action in the healthcare sector. The BBC has contacted the Labour Party and the BMA for comment on Badenoch's proposals, but no official responses have been provided so far.